The Prime Minister of UK, Keir Starmer, has announced mandatory digital ID cards for everyone in the country. To me, this sounds just like authoritarian China, but let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Keir Starmer, announcing mandatory digital ID cards for everyone in the country. Now, the stated goal of this program is to cut down on the illegal immigration, to quote unquote stop the boats. Now, I'm no Albert Einstein. I'm not the most brilliant guy in the world, but how does it make sense to have something on your cell phone be used to cut down on physical boats coming to the border of your country? How does it make any sense? If you want to stop the boats, you stop the boats. You put out a military presence. You do something to stop it that way. Furthermore, if it's about identification and whatnot to prevent illegal aliens from working, don't you already have regular ID cards, passports, birth certificates? Isn't there already a way to check if somebody's here illegally or not? Furthermore, how can you not tell between somebody who's a regular normal UK citizen and the guy who just landed from Afghanistan 2 days ago? Make it make sense to me, because right now it's not. Now, before I go any further, let's get to what Keir Starmer actually said. Of course, I will link to this in the box if you want to see it and hear it without my commentary. If you're on IG, Facebook, etc., visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
For too many years, it's been too easy for people to come here, slip into the shadow economy and remain here illegally. Because, frankly, we've been squeamish about saying things that are clearly true. It's not just that it's not compassionate left-wing politics to rely on labour that exploits foreign workers and undercuts fair wages, but the simple fact that every nation needs to have control over its borders. We do need to know who is in our country. Our immigration system does need to be fair if we want to maintain that binding contract that our politics is built on. Otherwise, it undermines trust, undermines people's faith that we're on their side, and their belief that the state can and will work for them. And that is why today I am announcing this government will make a new free-of-charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this Parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.
There we go. So, I mean, again, what he said about the illegal immigrants and we got to know who's here, I'm agreeing with him on the premise. But the solution, I don't see how it makes any sense. I feel like what he said is being used as a way to get people on his side, to get them to agree with him, to just go along with it. That's kind of what I feel. If y'all think differently, let me know in the comments. Now, let's hear a little bit more from out there in UK. A little bit deeper on it, and I got a couple more clips. Well, I got one more clip after this. Let's watch.
All UK citizens will have to have one. Well, the plan is that we're going to roll this out by the end of Parliament.
My question is, what if I don't? What if I've got my job, so I don't need to show this to anyone? So what if I just don't do it?
So if you don't have one, then you'll have a problem if you want to get a new job. No,
I'm saying I'm not doing this. I'm not seeking a job. So why should I get the digital ID card? Why do I do it? Well, is there some fine for not doing it? Is there an incentive to do it?
That's a great question, because you know what? How about I just don't do that? You say that we're all required, it's mandatory. What if I say, nah, I'm good? What's going to be the punishment there?
I'm just thinking I've got no reason to do it.
Yeah, look, this isn't a heavy-handed approach. We're not planning to go around finding people. But what we are going to do is make sure that everybody's got one. In the same way, Charlie, as you've got a national insurance number, if you're a citizen of this country, we'll make sure that everybody has a digital ID.
So help me with this. I know we're plotting through this, but so everyone watching who's got a job has got a national insurance number. So when these digital ID cards exist,
I got to pause right quick for the copyright.
If I just go to my employer and show them my national insurance number, is that not sufficient? Are they being precluded from employing me?
It won't be sufficient. I just want to be really clear about that.
So they can't employ people unless they've seen one of these
a digital ID.
cards.
Yes, that's right. That is the plan. And the major benefit of that to the entirety of the UK is that we will therefore be able to disrupt the illegal market.
I got a question for my UK people or anyone knows about UK. Is it illegal to hire an illegal alien right now? So you're not really able to combat that. So you wouldn't have this digital ID to try and combat it. What's going to prevent the employer who hires illegal aliens from continuing to do it? I don't really understand.
People come to this country and work illegally and undercut British workers who could otherwise get those jobs.
Well, national insurance number would have the same effect, because if you're illegal, you can have one of those.
Well,
Right, exactly. There you go. Now we got a little bit more from over there, across the water in the United Kingdom. You see this right here, the lower third. Big Brother Britain. Britain joins China and North Korea as it announces ID cards. That's exactly what this is. Look, over in China, they got the social credit system, and it's all tied to your phone, to WeChat or whatever. You want to do anything. You want to travel. You want to get gas from the gas station. You want to leave your house. You want to buy food. All of that can be tied to your digital ID and social credit score. But let's watch.
A very good morning to you.
Good morning, Mike. Thanks for having me here.
No, not at all. Good to see you. I mean, there's some truth, I think, to the suggestion that this has all been thrown out there in haste, because I know they've been talking about it for a while. But looking at the detail of it, you know, there seems to be an awful lot of holes in it, right? I'm with you, and I take your points that you're going to make about the danger that this could possibly cause to our freedoms and our privacies, and I'm absolutely with you. But when you read things like, you know, will be subject to consultation as far as the practicalities of the scheme are concerned, including how it will work for those in the UK without a smartphone or a passport. Well, if it doesn't work, if you haven't got a passport, how's it going to work for the illegal migrants?
Exactly. Because that's my thing. If the passport is going to go on your phone, what if I don't have a phone? Not everybody has a cell phone, believe it or not. Not everybody wants a cell phone, believe it or not. Not everybody has a passport, believe it or not. So what are they to do?
The case, this has got nothing to do with stopping illegal migrants, Mike. We know that in France, Italy and Germany, they have ID schemes and they have hundreds of thousands of illegal migrants that they're sending back or they're not stopping, and they have issues with them. The idea that the ID is going to stop them is preposterous. It's insulting. It is true that Labour Together's plan for a BRIC card says that it will be till around 2027, and we know it would need to go through Parliament. There will be all sort of measures. Unless they did some mad emergency act, they can't just impose it like next week.
Yeah.
However, that's why it's so important now that we really thrash out all these key issues, because, you know, you say you're absolutely with me on these points on privacy, but I think if you say to the British public right now, if we can stop the boats and we can stop crime, would you do something? Those that aren't looking into all the detail of it may be minded to do it. You know, it's convenient, it's going to stop fraud, stop crime. But let's look at the numbers. Hundreds of millions of data breaches consistently across social media. And
Let's pause right there. Data breaches, that's something else. So you want me to put a lot of my information that's very sensitive and could be dangerous to me if it gets out. All that's going to be on these apps. And we know the government sucks when it comes to doing anything. You got regular data breaches from companies that know what they're doing. So what about the government who don't know what they're doing?
That's with people who are good at tech, not the government. Yeah. The UK wallet, we know that millions got on the NHS app just to get a GP appointment because you can't get that. And a bit like during COVID and lockdowns, they told us that these COVID apps, these vaccine passports, would somehow do something about COVID and lockdowns. No, what it would do is restrict us more and not have anything to do with the actual issue. And this is exactly the same again. It's, on the one hand, it is an attempt to make a big news piece because there's a concern about Andy Burnham challenging Keir Starmer. There's a concern about funding that's come in with Labour Together, we should say, the people who've put this forward with McSweeney. So there are concerns that Labour's got. They've got their conference. Mike, at the conference this weekend, togetherdeclaration.org and Farmers to Action are going to be doing a big rally Farmers to Action have been rallying for a month across Britain.
And there's more right there, but shout out to them. You can see what he has behind him. Take Back Democracy, hashtag together. You can check him out. I will link to this video and everything else in the box. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to everybody who understands what's going on here. The digital ID, I think, will be used as a way to control you. All right, it can track you, follow you wherever you go. It can see what you're doing. I'm just not really a fan. And the stated purpose of trying to crack down on illegal immigration, I'm just not really buying. It doesn't make any sense. You can do other things aside from forcing everybody to have this basically tracker app on their phone. The vaccine passports, like, I never would do nothing like that. I heard about that during COVID time, but to me, it sounds just like what it wound up being, which was a way to control you. And this digital ID will be more of the same, in my humble opinion. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion on digital IDs? A good idea, bad idea, somewhere in between? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. It is a bad idea. It's just more surveillance. The premise, the way they introduced it makes sense. We got to stop the boats, crack down on illegal immigration. We got to save jobs for UK citizenry. That sounds great. But this, I don't think, has anything to do with that. Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.